I want to thank everybody for watching Crypto Revolution. We talk about everything crypto daily. Jumping right into the market today, crypto sideways with greenish undertones. Boy, a little bit of green in the market. Bitcoin up about 2.7%. Moon edition, right? Lately, there just hasn't been a whole lot going on. The overall market cap of cryptocurrency, $201 billion. So real quick, before we jump into this video, I want to encourage you guys, if you like the content that I produce every single day, go ahead and like the video. That helps me. I'm trying to grow this channel. All I want is 20,000 subscribers. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already. Comment below. Hit that bell for notifications. Keep in mind, I read all the comments in the comment box. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. This is a 12-hour chart. It just recently broke above the 21 MA. Yesterday, obviously, we had a huge pump and then a quick sell-off right after I released the video. Big picture is this. Bitcoin is in a multi-month downtrend, right? And I have to expect continuation. This pattern will continue to repeat until it doesn't. Now, the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level, so I pulled the fibs for the entire move from 3150 to 14,000. And you've got psychological support here at 7,000. You got the 0.618 fib level as well. So there is some support down here. Now, I drew this falling wedge inside the larger falling wedge, right? So it looks like, Bitcoin broke to the downside and then pop right back into the yellow falling wedge here, which is common. A lot of times with these patterns, you see the price action will leave a pattern, come back in and still respect the pattern. So let's zoom in a little bit. This is a Bitcoin 6-hour chart. And so what I'm watching here is, again, we've got enough touches here to validate this rising wedge or ascending channel. Over the next day and a half, like when we're going to see a move when we get to this area. Basically you got price compression going on. Obviously great for the bulls to see a move up to 8,000. Now this is a Bitcoin 1-hour chart zoomed in, and so this is basically the triangle. The price compression is happening right here as we speak. So if we pull the date tool, we find out that in the next 24 hours we're going to see a move here. Now, the way to trade this is simple. This is a falling wedge. 68% chance that this breaks to the upside at some point. The easy way to trade this is buy the breakout to the upside. That's the cool thing about patterns and buying breakouts is they're relatively safe because you're buying the beginning of the move. I've got a cryptocurrency trading group. I've got 6 chat groups where everybody's calling out breakouts, posting charts. I've got 41 videos in a playlist. If you don't know anything about trading this market, you can watch these videos. You'll be making profitable trades. Most people join the group because they want profitable trading setups. This is ENJ. Now, previously, you can see I post these midterm holds. A lot of people in the group are very busy. They don't have time to day trade, and that's fine. Probably most people don't even care to. Midterm holds are seasonal. Like these altcoins have to at least be steadily moving higher to even consider midterm holding any of these coins. So this is ENJ. This is the midterm hold. This was posted previously about 3 weeks ago. You're buying the breakout. After this breakout, you move your stop loss to break even, and I'm calling the move right here in this setup. If you guys want to join the cryptocurrency trading group, you want to pay in crypto, email me, cryptobitcoinchris@gmail.com. I'll get you set up and in the group today. Remember, crypto payments, you get 20% off if you pay for 6 months, you get 30% off if you pay for the year, and an additional month for free. If you do want to pay with a card, you can do so. There's a Patreon link in the description. This is a gentleman. He says, I'm up $900 in 3 days, getting better by the hour. Not everybody in the group has, 30 Bitcoin, 20 Bitcoin, 10 Bitcoin. So, probably most people don't have that many. However, you have to remember that you can get significant gains out of smaller amounts as well. You just have to limit your risk. That's the most important thing about trading this market. So the CME gap was filled yesterday by that pump, which quickly sold off. And I'm just thinking, man, when bots attack, are bots destroying this market? Are bots to blame? There's so many things at work in this market. It's such a small market cap. You guys got to remember that it's easy to move this market because it's easy to manipulate the news, right? Probably cheaper as well. And then the market cap of Bitcoin is so small that a lot of these big players, they can move the price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin flash crashed to 700 on Binance caused by a failing stablecoin bots when bots attack. But did someone make a mistake or was it a case of market manipulation? Probably all three. So this is called Stable USD or USDS. Stable USD was launched a year ago by Stably. However, its market cap has been cut in half since the first few months showing that fewer people are making use of the stablecoin. Yeah, you guys got to remember, there's a bunch of FUD that comes out about Tether. It's just always been like that, right? Just like anything in this market. But if you want to move the price of Bitcoin, make some people that hold Tether nervous, and that will happen. So the key is here, I want you to consider this. A lot of these small stablecoins haven't been vetted. It's almost just like a new ICO, new idea. Like they're not guaranteed to stay stable, right? I've seen stablecoins drop to 40 cents and get stuck there. You know, all of a sudden people lose 60% of their money sitting in a stablecoin. This was years ago. Now in April, when the price of Bitcoin was 5,000, the price on this stablecoin pair, BTC/USDS, jumped to $11,000 on Binance. Not so stable. Not so stable. Now look, here's the flash crash. BTC USDS, it came down to $600. $600. And then it's like, hey, well, what causes this? So I posted on Twitter. Make sure, follow me on Twitter, cryptobtc_Chris. How to identify a flash crash? It's this extraordinary phenomenon they stated. They don't really know exactly, can't pinpoint what causes it each and every time. And it just happens very quickly. You know, it has a lot to do with liquidity, right? And they just, there's not a whole lot of explanation for it, but you just have to know that this is a phenomenon that does exist. Are the bots behind it? Fat finger sells, possibly. CZ at Binance tweeted, this airdrop is worth $1.6 million. Airdrop, $1.6 million. This is the ETH BNT airdrop for Bancor holders. So if you hold BNT, you're able to get this ETH BNT. Okay, and I'm going to explain that to you real quick because it's free money. Bancor claims liquidity token airdrop is going to increase DeFi users by 500%. Obviously, DeFi is going to be huge. Crazy thing about this airdrop is it's going to instantly create 60,000 DeFi users immediately. Here's the way it works. So this Bancor airdrop is going to commence on New Year's Eve with a BNT holder snapshot. Here's what you do. You have to hold your BNT on January the 1st at 12 a.m. Eastern time. So you want to have possession of the private keys or be on an exchange that supports it, and Binance will do so. Now you'll receive the ETH BNT airdrop in your wallet, and you will also earn fees from every ETH-based trade on Bancor. If you guys haven't picked up a Ledger Nano X hardware wallet yet, the factory link is in the description. It does support the channel. Right now, you can pick up a 2-pack Ledger Nano X and Ledger Nano S for $149 total. You can give the Nano S away as a gift for Christmas. Mainstream adoption, BitcoinSuisse.com. Love it. Bitcoin worth $30 billion still sits for 5 years. 1/5 of the total Bitcoin supply hasn't been touched since 2014. Are these strong hands or lost coins? I think both. I mean, we have to, just think about how many people just didn't really understand what Bitcoin would become. And even now, think about how many people don't know what Bitcoin is or can become. Most people aren't in our bubble, right? And that's essentially what you ever feel like you're in a bubble, you try to talk to somebody about this and they just don't get it. Think about this. I know there's a ton of holders. You know, they're sitting there with a ton of Bitcoin and they're not going to sell it for a very long time. The top 100 dormant addresses containing the most Bitcoin, they hold about 3.5% of the available Bitcoin supply. The top 100 addresses. Is that centralized? Kinda. So this balance, the average balance here is 6,500 Bitcoin, which is $50 million average. The largest of these addresses currently holds almost 80,000 Bitcoin, which is now worth more than $600 million. 5 years ago, this same amount of Bitcoin was only $32 million. So I'd love to hear from you guys. If you guys got any stories about some Bitcoin that you had or some Bitcoin mining that you did, and maybe you just didn't. Some people, unfortunately, in my group actually lost a significant amount of Bitcoin in the Mt. Gox hack. You know, so it's interesting to me to hear about, you know, potentially people that accumulated Bitcoin, didn't really realize what it was, sold it for real cheap. But I'd love for you to reach out to me. Why a massive $9 billion worth of Bitcoin was moved in 1 hour. So this $9 billion spike on-chain volume was caused by Bittrex exchange moving around Bitcoin several times. A series of 21 transactions, each moving 56,000 Bitcoin. You guys ever have a big transaction and like I'm like double checking the addresses, read it back, like triple, then I'm doing small sends to test it. Like what if you're the guy sitting there making 56,000 Bitcoin transfers? It's the best feeling in the world when a big transfer comes through. It's like, okay. The European Union won't let stablecoins enter the market until risks are addressed. This is going to be an issue. They don't want to let any coins enter the market, stablecoins especially. All these stablecoins, all these cryptos are going to detract from these fiat currencies where they have a stronghold, obviously. So yeah, governments are concerned. Regulatory uncertainty keeps institutional money sidelined. This is a huge problem. We see this. There's 70 funds that closed this year. These are crypto investment funds that closed. And then this year, the number of funds that have been launched is about half of the previous year. Microsoft is introducing NFT tokens on the Ethereum blockchain. So the purpose of these tokens is to reward its developer community. They want to reward individuals for verifiable acts of impact, such as coaching, creating demos, building sample code, blogging, or completing certain challenges. So these tokens were developed on the Ethereum blockchain in partnership with blockchain gaming startup ENJ. So the tokens are going to be minted every season. So it really gives a lot of validity to this space when Microsoft, obviously a huge name in tech, says, hey, we want to have these tokens on Ethereum and we're going to work with Engine to get this thing done. Walton Chain CEO steps down, makes way for a new leader. They really didn't give a whole lot of details. They just said that the former CEO is going to remain and be a consultant, and that Walton Chain aims at becoming a Chinese state-approved platform. But it's like, what's going on here? And then basically the questions that proposed at the end is, do you think the new CEO coming in is going to be able to stimulate things to happen for Walton Chain? My thing is this, like it's the market's been tough. Like a lot of people have lost a tremendous amount of money. These teams are the biggest holders. The CEO of Walton Chain probably has a ton of Walton Chain crypto. Who knows? They might have said, hey, we don't want you to sell. Be a consultant. Be a consultant. Don't sell off your Walton Chain. Ripple files a last bid to dismiss XRP securities lawsuit before the court meeting. So it's about a 3-year period you have to basically bring a lawsuit like this forward. And essentially what they're arguing is, hey, Ripple issues new XRP from escrow on the 1st of every month. So they're saying this is ongoing ICO. That's kind of where it's at. So the most important thing about this case is this will set the tone and a precedent for a lot of these cryptos going forward. If you guys like the content that I provide on a daily basis, be sure and subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below, hit the bell for notifications. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.